Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Study of scriptures is done for changing our vision, because when the vision changes, our perceptions change. When our perceptions change, then our interactions change. When our interactions change, our experiences change. When experiences change, the quality of our life changes. This is the purpose of study of scriptures. But many of us do the study of scriptures for erudition and scholarship. Erudition and scholarship is we get lost in words. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Shabda Jalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. You must have seen in some place, you also must have seen, in some village area in Madhya Pradesh. When I went there, in that house, there was a maid servant and she had a child. When I looked at her, I felt so good. So I said, hey, get your child here. So I lifted the child, hugged him, kissed him. And my host was worried. Maid servant's child? See, very sweet child. Then I gave him a simple chocolate. I said, eat. So he was struggling how to open. He must not have opened it even once. So I opened him that chocolate and put it in his mouth. Then that paper I wanted to throw. He said, no, no. And then he was playing with that paper. Got the message? Words are wrappings. But what is wrapped in the words? That is important. See, never study scriptures for breaking our or somebody else's head. And for that, it is said, we have to have the understanding technically called as Tatparya Nirnay. Tatparya Nirnay means what? When some statement is made, what is the purport of it? Are we getting lost only in the words? Everywhere it is the same principle. Like if you see Bhagavad Gita. On Bhagavad Gita, you will see dozens and dozens of commentaries, not one. If you ask Shankaracharya, he will say, oh, Bhagavad Gita tells knowledge. If you ask Madhvacharya, no, Bhagavad Gita tells duality and devotion. If you ask Ramanujacharya, no, Vishishta Advaita. If you ask Lokmanya Bala Gangadhar Tilak, Bhagavad Gita talks about Karma Yoga. And if you ask the Gita Press people, we have sold so many million copies. Hey friends. And if you ask me, Bhagavad Gita is just an expression of happiness. None of those things are in Bhagavad Gita. Don't get carried away. See, because all that was said in Bhagavad Gita, none of that was practiced by Arjuna, is it not? He was on the battlefield. Two sides, armies are standing with the guns in the hand. Excuse me, meditation. He was not doing anything. It is these commentators, they make mess. Because we want to prove our standpoint from with the help of the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita said like this. Bhagavad Gita didn't say any of that. Then what you have to say, that I can tell you. Take an example to make this point. Through examples only the truth can be conveyed. There was one girl, now she is a grown up, big girl. She is coming to Sydney to study now. So when she was small, maybe 4 years, 5 years, I was her my Swami. So if any other child comes near me, she will come running from anywhere. Push the child, don't touch my Swami. I was her position. One day I was in their house and playing with her. I said, hey, look here. You have got two of them, mom and dad. I don't have anyone. So let us share. I'll take your dad, you keep mom. So with her small little hand, she covered her Himalayan sized father. No, 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 don't take my dad. I said, okay, keep the dad. I'll take mom. So I held her hand, her mom's hand, and she started, okay, beta, bye, I'm going with Swamiji now. And she started crying and miserable and rolling on the floor. When this was happening, what was the interaction or the reaction of me, her mother, and her father? Were we crying? Were we miserable? But we were smiling. Is it not? Exactly the same way. Bhagavan Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter. Maya hatanstam mahi jahima. I have already killed them in anticipation. Don't worry. So, like we knew that I am neither taking her father nor her mother. We are just making fool, just time pass. Exactly the same way, this huge war was just a time pass for Bhagwan. And therefore, Gaurav Pandma, Bhagwan laughing, maja aa raha hai. Change your vision. But we get lost. See? Therefore, in devotion it is said, look at the world as God is looking at his creation. From God's point of view, nothing is good, nothing is bad. From the eye's point of view, nothing is red and nothing is yellow. From ear's point of view, there is nothing like Ramanam and braying of a donkey. From mind's point of view, there is nothing like good thought and bad thought. From the consciousness point of view, there is nothing like waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. So like me, her father and her mother were not miserable when she was miserable. In the same manner, consciousness is not gaining anything because of waking and dream, and is not losing anything because of deep sleep and samadhi. It is for this purpose all the scriptures are meant. One lady, very well read, and she is studying Bhagavad these days, she asked me this question. Swamiji, in Bhagavad Mahapuran, they say, after hearing the whole Bhagavad, then also that Takshaka came and he was beaten by that, he gave a strong killing bite to Parikshit and Parikshit died. But in Devi Bhagavad it is said that it is not so. Which is right? I say, you are right. I say, what is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, before listening to Bhagavad, Parikshit thought that he will be beaten and he will be killed. After going through the whole Bhagavad Puran, he came to know that he is beyond birth and death. It is the body that is born, the body that dies. And thus he was established in his essential nature. Therefore, when the Takshaka came and bite, he knew it is the body that is being destroyed, not me. This is the purpose. See, why I am giving such elaborate introduction is only for understanding these mantras. Unless you will get too much involved in unwanted details. So, भीषास्माद् पवते भीषोदेति सूर्यः भीषास्मादग्निश्चेन्द्रश्च मृत्युर्धावत पंचमेति सैषानन्दस्य मीमांसा भवति युवा स्यात् साधु युवाध्यायकः आशिष्टो दृढिष्टो बलिष्ठः तस्येयं पृथिवी सर्वा वित्तस्य पूर्णा स्यात् स एको मानुष आनन्दः ते ये शतं मानुषा आनन्दाः. Now see the most important word, it is what? That Saisha Anandasya Mimamsa Bhavati. Mimamsa means analysis to understand. Mimamsa is like a spoon. The spoon is meant for lifting the food from the plate, putting in your mouth. Don't eat the spoon. Throw it away. Don't get lost in the carrier. Words are the carriers of wisdom. But we get lost and caught in these words. Therefore, first thing we have to understand. Things move in this world never because of love. Forget that love business. Things move in this world with the authority of fear. Indians in India earlier were having gala time. Whatever they want, they can do. Now, when you jump the red light, no police will come to you. But a message will come on your phone with the picture of your car. 2005. Nobody talks to you now. Silence. See? Earlier, police will come and then, oh no, sorry, okay, you take 20 rupees and no, nothing like that. The result is everybody is behaving properly. Earlier it was love, now it is fear. See? So if we have to have discipline, if you want to run some business, you have to be a terrorizing person. Now who is terrorizing the whole world? It is this Paramatma. Vishasmad vata pavate. Imagine if the air says, I will stop moving. What do you say? No, nothing. See, friends. Therefore, you will see all the nature's laws, they never stop working whether they like or not. So what we have to do now? Only this much. Know what are the laws of nature and accordingly adapt yourself. That's it. So take one example. What is the law of nature with reference to the mirror? Anything which comes in front of the mirror, it will be reflected. So mirror will reflect, your face will be reflected. It is in nature. And the question is, how do you take it? Do you take the reflection as real and try to improve the reflection, or you know the reflection as a reflection and relax? That is the purpose. Similarly, we all have to conduct the business of life after identification with the body. So when we are identified with the body, then only this world becomes real, and there is no option, there is no way out of it. It is like this. See, friends. Then what is to be done? You have to simply know that this world is valid as long as we are identified with the body. So during that time, whatever we are supposed to do, live accordingly. But don't carry that burden throughout life. See, friends. Therefore, all the nature's forces are perfectly moving. And what why this is told? It is said, Saishanandasya Mimansa Bhavati. Now, from here onward, this is called as the understanding about Ananda or the bliss. Now, for this, before we go into the topic, we have to understand basic, and that is when we experience happiness, do we understand the source of happiness, or we get carried away by the happiness? Like, I like a cup of tea, my black cup of tea, no milk, no sugar. For the first time when I was in USA, and I told them, tea, yes, without milk and without sugar. What is this without milk? My friends, this is USA, this is not India. Then, no milk, no sugar. Like that. Without milk, without sugar, they don't understand. But no milk, no sugar, they understand. Americans are dumb. Their language phrases, if anything is changed, they get confused. Because what they should do, what they should talk, how they should walk, what clothes they should put, what food, the TV decides. You see the kids there. The kids there have the method of talking exactly like the cartoons talk. The whole day they are watching the cartoons. So if the child has to say, Mom, I want a cup of tea. Mom, give me tea. What is there to complain? See? Therefore, here, this Ananda se Mimamsa, we have to know where from the happiness is coming. So initially, we have this notion. I like this object. If I get that object, I am happy. If I don't get, I am miserable. And you get the object and you start thinking, yes, I am happy now because I got it. Because that object is the source of happiness. This erroneous understanding is blasted in this. This is the meaning of Ananda se Mimamsa. See? And this can be understood by knowing the basics. What is the basic? The basic is first, where the experience of happiness happens. It doesn't happen in the body. It doesn't happen in the sense organs. All the experiences of life happen only in the mind. Now, the second step. When we start learning the functioning of the mind, then we come to know mind functions in two ways. First, perception happens only if Mind is behind what is perceived. See? Like you are all sitting and seeing me. I don't know whether listening me or not. So you are listening me. But if during that time your mind goes here and there, I am talking. You are hearing, but you are not listening. Friends. What is the reason? Your mind has started projecting something somewhere. And projections of the mind happen in two ways. That is one of the reason you do. I am not telling you, okay, do whatever you are like doing. You get lost only in writing. If you know the truth now and here, then alone the truth is known. Afterwards, I will read and know, forget about it. What for we are here now? We are here only for this. Other than this, everything must wait. But the mind's these two qualities. One is perception, and second is either projection in the present or memories of the past. See, friends. And what is the projection in the present? Mind projects in the following way: this object is good or bad. This object is the source of happiness or misery. I don't have that object or I have that object. Because of that, I am miserable or I am happy. This aspect of the mind is the projection. See? Or if there is nothing to project as we are all by ourselves, then memory. See, like when we were coming, uh, there was one huge big truck with the container. So I said, hey man, this may just topple down. That time one thought came in my mind. I had seen one similar accident in Mumbai. Somebody came from probably USA. The young man, his wife and his two children, and they bought new car for their parents. So they got the car and they were driving home. And next to them, one truck turned and it tilted and it fell on that car, and all of them along with the car smashed. So when that was going on, immediately that thought came in my mind. Then I asked, is it necessary to talk? Why don't you keep quiet? Understand, friends. Minds, these two aspects are to be curtailed. Because this is how we have developed ourselves. Observe this. See? And because of this, what happens? We start projecting, superimposing happiness on the worldly objects. And when I get that worldly object, then I feel, now I am happy. Now take a simple example. I like a nice cup of tea. And when I get a cup of tea, I am happy. So what will be my understanding? When I had no cup of tea, I was not happy. When I got cup of tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness has come from the tea. Now go further. If, like the caffeine in the tea, if happiness was the alkaloid in the tea leaves, then everybody should have been happy with a cup of tea. But it doesn't happen. Like fire is hot for everybody because that is the nature of the fire. If happiness was the nature of an object, everybody should be happy, by getting every object, but this does not happen. Then I start thinking, but then when I get a cup of tea, I am happy, then where from the happiness comes? One day, one of my friend, he met me in Delhi, an old man, and said, Swamiji, good news. I said, don't tell me you get married again. He said, no, I have given up smoking. He was smoking for last 60 years, old man, 80 years old, a retired brigadier. And he said, I have been smoking for last 60 years, right from the age of 20. Chain smoker. So, all the happiness that he had for last 60 years of smoking and the happiness that he had after giving up the smoking, I asked him, hey, you told me now I am constantly doing experiment on myself and the whole world. That is my spiritual practice. Now tell me, the happiness that you had by smoking for 60 years and the happiness that you have now by not smoking even one cigarette, which is better? He said, of course, now I am more happy. I said, no, find out where from that happiness has come. When we chant the mantras, na, the karmana na prajaya dhane na tyage na eki amritatva manasho. Have we understood the meaning of that? See, but this aspect of the mind, we are not able to catch. Mind will die if the mind is not allowed to run in time in objects. Mind cannot survive in the utter present. Therefore, anything that comes in front of the mind, immediately time, space, and object, they are projected. See, friends, therefore, if we understand these basics of the mind, then one day by God's grace, we come to discover. Let our mind be like the mirror. What is a mirror? Mirror reflects everything, rejects nothing, retains nothing. Therefore, mirror does not have past. Therefore, mirror does not have a personality. Therefore, mirror does not have an ego. This experience of yours, though temporary, is Brahmananda. Why? Because your mind is stopped. Recognize this. Pratyabhijnayate. Pratyabhijna is recognition. At this moment, we are nobody, we are nowhere. This trick of the mind we have to keep in mind and thereafter study this. Otherwise, you can make nice jokes, but that is okay, but it is not the truth. So, Saishan Anandasya Mimansa Bhavati. Now, this is the secret and correct understanding of Ananda or the bliss. Now, what is that? See, if we have to measure something or if we have to explain something, We are all conditioned by measurements. And that which is infinite, how can you measure that? You cannot measure. Like suppose we are standing below the sky, nothing around us. And if somebody asks us a question, how deep is the sky above your head? What will be the answer? I don't know. How deep is the space in front of you? I don't know. Because you are knowledge. When you go away from yourself, you end up in ignorance. I don't know. And this is how anything which is gained through the mind, the sense organs, the intellect is finite. Mind cannot function in the infinite. Like eyes cannot see the formless. Eyes can see only the forms. How? How many things are there? How many people? Oh, so many people of them. How they have become many? Because in between them there is a space. So the shapes we are seeing, the formless space we can't see. Go further. So when we go and look up in the sky, cloud-free sky, what is the purpose of the eyes to see? What is there to see? Nothing. Because eyes cannot see the space. Then what the eyes do? They project. That projection of the eyes is called as optical illusion. And in that optical illusion, we see the sky blue. Is the sky blue anywhere? See? And that is one of the reasons all our gods are not having ischemia. They are blue, meaning they are infinite. Infinite cannot be comprehended. See how the genius of the scriptures. Therefore, they give a shape which we can understand, but to tell that the shape is not a shape, therefore blue. So all our attempt in our life is to superimpose happiness in the objective world. This is how the whole theme is developed. And as we go further, we'll come to know that ultimately everything is dropped. And what you cannot drop, that is Brahmananda. So here, the first, it is said, because we have to be told with our knowledge. See? What is our knowledge? Our knowledge is only Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Beyond that, we don't know anything. Or our knowledge is somebody is rich, somebody is poor. Our knowledge is somebody has got a huge mansion and somebody is poor fellow staying in a hutment. So what is our understanding? If somebody has everything in this world, how much happy he will be? So this imagination, projection begins. So what is the first projection? Imagine there was one young man, healthy, he had a beautiful wife, he and she was intelligent. These are all imaginations. This never happens. So he was healthy, young, He had a beautiful wife. She is also intelligent. And he was ruling the whole world. There was no enemy. There was no problem of any kind. If such is the case, what is his happiness? We can't even think. Our happiness is ice cream will get. Keep on screaming whole life. See? Such a happiness, now see, just imagine what it is. Such a happiness is called as 1 unit of human happiness. Some kind of measurement is developed. Like in Ramayana it comes. How much time it took for Hanumanji to go and get that mountain for Lakshmana? They say, how much time? When the oil is well heated and you put the sesame seeds or the mustard seeds, how much time it takes to burst them open? Even earlier than Hanumanji has come. Oh, 1/1 millionth of a fraction of a microsecond. Measurements. Here also, this is the measurement. So, therefore, he is, you are young, adhyayakaha, well read, ashishtaha, drishtaha, well cultured, very powerful, balishtaha. Yes, tasya iyam prithvi sarva vittasya purna syat. There is all prosperity, no problem. Sa eko manusha anandaha. That is 1 unit of human happiness. That means we don't have even one fraction of happiness in our life. Yes, you are lost in rubbish. So we don't have even 1 unit of happiness. Our happiness is खाने में अचार नहीं है तो क्या हो जाएगा यार. So much lost in the objective pursuits. This is 1 unit of happiness, human unit. Then te ye shatam manusha anandaha sa eko manusya gandharvana manandaha shrotriyasya cha akamahatasya. From here, you go on adding zeros. I am very zero in mathematics. I can know maximum 1 followed by 1 0 10, 2 zeros 100, 3 zeros 1000, 4 zeros 10,000, 5 zeros 1 lakh. Beyond that, I get confused. Now you keep on adding. 1 unit of human happiness. Then, te ye shatam manusha anandaha. So add 2 zeros after 1, human happiness. That happiness is Manushya Gandharvanam Anandaha. What is Manushya Gandharva? All these singers. If you want to make 2 persons miserable, don't make it, but I have done it. I'm telling you. 2 people miserable. Don't allow a singer to sing and don't allow a poet to read his poetry. They will be most miserable in life. You have seen all these professional singers. They are not like Mirabai. Mirabai, Mere to Giridhara Gopala, she was singing for Lord Krishna. We sing it for getting the applause. The harmonium. Mary Chunari, re. People get fed up and they clap. And then the singer thinks they are clapping for him. No, enough. That is the meaning. There was a singer like this. He sang. And very well accomplished artists were also there listening. So everybody said, repeat again, repeat again. So he repeated once, twice, thrice. 7 times. He said, you liked it so much. You are asking me to repeat again and again. He said, no, unless you sing correctly. You are singing wrong. Friends, Manushya Gandharva is the happiness that we have from these things. See? Similarly, the artist. Another example I'll tell you. In somebody's house, I went in which place? Thane, if I remember correctly. The moment I went and sat like this thing, there was a very big picture of the same Bhagavad Gita chariot. So I went and sat and saw around, and I am not interested in anything in this world, I tell you very frankly. So the host told me, Swamiji, how do you like? I said, very nice. But what, you are not giving me anything to eat. He said, no, not eating. About the things. I said, very good. He expected I'll praise something, but I did not. Do you like this picture? I said, yes, it's okay. This is made by my wife. So it is very good. He said, she got the award, and one or two Swamis also came. They also appreciated it so much. Therefore, do you like it? I said, look here, you are asking a proofreader. Do you know a proofreader never reads? He only finds out the mistakes. I said, I am a professional proofreader. I will not say, no, tell me. I said, this is a wrong picture. Huh? Wrong picture. Their wife was cooking inside, she came outside. What is wrong in that? I said, suppose I tell you, what will you do? I'll remove it from here. I got award, nobody said. I said, don't make it prestige issue, okay? Yes. But will you give me my food? Yes, I will give. The question of survival, Baba. Then I said, Mama, such a beautiful picture. Where are the reins in the hands of Bhagwan Krishna? Those reins have to be tied to the horse. Where are they? And she started crying. Swamiji, nobody told me this. I said, they are blind. Andhe naiva niyamana yatanda. Oh God. Really, there are no reins. Only hand is there. I said, Mama, don't worry. You tell. It is Wi-Fi. Relax. Relax. See, friends. So, an artist wants appreciation for his creation. He is really happy. Similarly, ammas, cooks. They cook something. And then they expect that we should praise. How long can you keep on telling lies? So one day I was having pickles in somebody's house. I said, Mama, this pickle, which is the brand, which, make it is? Swamiji, this I made it. I said, you are telling lies? No, Swamiji, not really I made it. It's surprising. Why? It is so tasty. Homemade pickles, you have to say they are tasty, or else you won't get food. Market pickles have to be tasty, then only they can be sold. This Ananda is Marsha Gandharvanam Ananda. Happiness that we gain when somebody appreciates us. Our art, our abilities. See this Arangatram, I have suffered a lot because of Arangatram. They ask you, see what is there to see? All the time moving the hand here and there and kicking that floor, no reason to kick the floor. What wrong they have done? And then after suffering for 3 hours, then in that what I enjoy is Suddenly she became Devi. Then she became Yashodam. And Krishna, yaar. And they'll be singing in Tamil. Nobody understands. Even the dancer doesn't understand. But if you don't tell them it is very beautiful, they feel mad. Oh, it was so lovely. I thought Sakshat Gandharva has come. This happiness is 100 times the human happiness. Manusha Gandharvanam, then Sa Eko Deva Gandharvanam Anandaha. This is equal to one Deva Gandharva Ananda. Manusha Gandharva Ananda. Then Sa Eko Deva Gandharva Ananda. Shrotriyasya Chakama Tasya. So 100 times Manusha Gandharva Ananda is called a Deva Gandharva Ananda. Now who is Deva Gandharva? They are the celestial musicians. Manusha Gandharva is Lata Mangeshkar and Aru Jarota. And Deva Gandharva is, I don't know. Because I am still on the earth. So that is, so how many zeros now? 4 zeros. 1 followed by 2, that is Manusha Gandharva. Then again 100 Manusha Gandharva Ananda is equal to 1 Deva Gandharva. So 1 followed by 4 zeros. Count, I will forget. I am telling you, this is your homework. Okay. Then this word I will explain you at the end. Shrotriyasya cha akamatasya. I will explain at the end. Then ये ते ये शतम देवगंधर्वाणाम आनंदाः स एक पितॄणाम चिरलोकलोकानाम आनंदाः. So more subtler than the Devagandharva Ananda is Pitruloka Ananda. Pitruloka, after the death, the soul goes into Pitruloka. Those who are lost in doing karma kanda, they take themselves to be the soul, and therefore they do all kinds of things. And then they propitiate their departed elders. And then they bless these people and their desires are fulfilled. It's still subtler. So 100 times of the Deva Gandharva Ananda is equal to 1 the Chiraloka Lokana Pitrunam Anandaha. So how many? 0? 6. Then further, ye te ye shatam pitrunam chiraloka lokanam anandaha sa eka ajana devanam anandaha. Another 2. How many? 8 zeros. 1 followed by 8 zeros. That is called as Ajana Devanam Ananda. They are not born as gods, but they are only unborn gods. So all the divine potentialities that we see in the universe, that is called as the Ajana Devanam Ananda. That is the one. Thereafter, ye ke further, ते ये शतम देवानाम आनंदः स एक इंद्रस्य आनंदः. So Indra's Ananda is 1 followed by 10 zeros. I'll take you inside you, don't worry. Oh, so 1 followed by 10 zeros. That is Indra's Ananda. Okay. And thereafter, ते ये शतम इंद्रस्य आनंदः स एको बृहस्पतेः आनंदः. 100 times Indra's Ananda is equal to Brihaspati's Ananda. So now there are 12 zeros after 1. And then further, te ye shatam Brihaspati Ananda sa eka Prajapatehe Ananda. So 14 zeros is Prajapati Ananda. And te ye shatam Prajapati Ananda sa eko Brahmana Ananda. So 100 times of Prajapati Ananda, that means 14 zeros, Eko Brahmana Ananda. And continuing further, where other Anandas have gone? Up to here we see. Now we go to the next one thereafter. Okay. We have reached the Brahmana Ananda Brahman. Now see, what is being done is only, this is called as Taratamya. It's called as comparisons. One is better than the second. Second is, the third is better than the second. Then the fourth is better than the third. The fifth is better than the fourth. In this manner, they are gone up to Brahmana Ananda. Now tell me what we have understood. It is so much. It is so much happiness. It is so much happiness. What so much, so much? यार कुछ तो बोलो. See, friends. Now, to make us understand this, one sweet little phrase put in between. And what is that? Shrotriyasya cha akamahatasya. All this happiness, starting from human happiness up to Brahmana happiness, Brahma's happiness, they are 100% with the one who has these two things. Shrotriya is the one who is well versed in scriptures. Well versed in scriptures means he who has understood the import of the statements, not erudite, not scholar. See, friends, by reading the menu in a hotel, hunger cannot be satiated. See, therefore, Shrotriya, Upanishad says, Shrotriya Brahmanishta. When the knowledge is interacted, then digested, assimilated, then the knowledge becomes an experience. And what is the experience? Like the second word. Akamahatasya. We are all kamahata. Hata means killed. Kama means desire. We are all killed by the enemy called as desire. I want this thing, I want that. I want this. There is no end to that. First, the worldly things. Then, I want to do good to the world. The one who created, let him suffer. You don't suffer. See, friends. Therefore, you will see the meaning of meditation given by Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. What is the meditation? For right in the beginning, second chapter. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. He who has prajahati, given up for good, manogatan kaman, let our mind not entertain any desire. There is nothing like good desire and bad desire. It is not Taliban. Good Taliban, bad Taliban. It is not like that. Like Taliban cannot be good. Exactly. There is nothing like good desire and bad desire. Whether you are tied down with a steel chain or you are tied down with a golden chain, you are tied down. See, friends, akamahata. And in Kathopanishad also, at the end, Upanishad tells, what is abidance in the truth? Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yasya hridishritaha atha martyaha amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute. It is not posthumous. See? Sarvan kaman, no more desires are entertained. That desire-free experience is living in God. Akamahatasya. Now for this we must know, what is a desire? how the desire is born. Then only we can get rid of the desire. Desire is born under following conditions. Number one, there is a sense of incompleteness. When our stomach is filled up to the throat, then we cannot have desire for food. But when it is empty, there is a sense of incompleteness. So we fill in. See, many people, like recently where it happened in US probably. My friend, now his two sons, they are likely to go to college within a year or two. So the wife said, we have to have a huge, beautiful house. That is the dream of my life. So they asked me. I said, do whatever you like, because you asked me, I am telling you. Within a year or two, both your children will go out. Nobody will come here. Then you will have to clean the whole house. You don't get servants here. The whole life you will be only cleaning the house. Is it necessary to have 6 bedrooms, three places for the open space, and there's a big basement where you can play football? What for? Somebody, that is the dream of my house. I said, live in the dreamland. See, the desires will not allow you to keep quiet. Because I had a dream of life. Without that, I am incomplete. Now apply this principle in day-to-day life. Those of you have come over here, in India, when you were children, that time India was not that prosperous. Money was hardly seen. In the same family, hardly the young children were bought new clothes. They were inherited from the eldest brother. Same chaddi comes down. And when the pants were stitched for them, or shirts, don't make it here because he will grow. They were stitched Bermuda pants. And then the same shirt and pant goes to the next generation, next son, brother also. Now with that kind of poverty or shortage we have lived. Now here we are having everything. So what we are doing? We are reliving our childhood through our children. We did not have nice shoes. Okay, let him take. But he has got already one room full of shoes. The other day, here only, I think, yes, Australia. In Melbourne, it happened. One of my friend, he has again the same thing. Hamidi, my new house. And for every room, there is a separate attached bathroom. I said, in India, it is everywhere. No, but here it is not. I got it made. My design. And then he was showing me. I said, don't show me bathroom, I know. Here, I have experienced one bathroom thing, I tell you. One Punjabi gentleman, I don't remember who was he, many years before. He brought me, and it was raining. So he said, Swamiji, see, now that wiper, according to the intensity of the rains, it will automatically start increasing the speed. So he started. Then when we reach home, he said, see, automatically that garage will open. I said, okay. And I can add fuel very easily. And then when we went inside, he said, you want to wash the hands? I said, yes. So he said, don't search for your tap. Put your hands, automatically water will come. So I was. Then he said, I'll show you the toilet. I went there. He said, you don't have to flush. Automatically the water comes. I got so fed up with this automatic. I said, may I ask you some question automatically? He said, ask. I said, when you sit down, it happens automatically or you have to do it. And then, what is the achievement after having earned millions of dollars? Automatic toilet. See, friends, Kam Hata, whenever we have this sense of incompleteness, Then to remove that incompleteness, we desire objects. Otherwise, you tell me, what can justify a young, healthy, intelligent, free, rich boy to think of getting married? What a life without a wife. Caught. Then one virus, once it enters, anywhere he will see, looks like, good for me. Then he tries to talk to her. Hey, how are you? Nice. No, you want a lift? I can give. Yes, yes, I want a lift. Where? We go that way. Why? My son is studying in college. Oh God, God. A sense of incompleteness is the seed of desires. Number one. Second, we always desire that which is other than us. Like this is my camera. I don't desire my camera. It's mine already. How important it is. So how the desires are born? These two errors. A sense of incompleteness and a sense of otherness. Now go further. Find out, is it ever happening or possible? Analyze your own experience. What is the experience of our deep sleep? In deep sleep, we don't have a sense of incompleteness because not identified with the body, not identified with the modifications of the mind. So all the sense of incompleteness gone, and there is no sense of otherness. Net result, no desires. Therefore, all happiness. And happiness always expresses as noise. Therefore, people snore. The snoring is Brahmanandam. Where is snoring? Don't disturb. It is Brahmananda. Swamiji told. See, my friends. Therefore, all these different types of Ananda which are told, don't get carried away by who is the Karma Deva and who is Ajana Deva. This is all rubbish. Don't get too much lost in that. You will get lost only in the definitions. That is not the purpose. Like the child. He was lost only in the wrapping of the chocolate. Throw it away. Eat the chocolate. So the important word is this, that when you try to understand the Brahmananda, it is not from anywhere. See? And in this manner, these two things are the meaning of the Brahmananda Mimansa. So these two things, one Shrotriya, and this is very important word. Why Shrotriya? You will come across two types of Mahatmas in this world. One are those who are expert on the Prakriti, and according to them, there is one soul per body. They accept it and they live that knowledge. And therefore, they'll be always talking about last life, this life, next life. See, there is one great Mahatma in Gujarat. Paramahanji knows him. So, once he happened to come to Lonavala for something, and he came and he was with me. So, he's a great yogi, Kundalini, everything. And he asked me something, I spoke to him, and then I asked him, Maharaji, I want to ask something. Will you please tell me, according to your path, what is the meaning of the jiva or the soul? God we talk, Brahmaji we talk, Indra we talk, Varuna we talk, all these things we talk. But what do you mean by jiva? What do you mean by soul? He spoke everything except this word. I didn't argue with him. I said, oh, Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad. He didn't tell. What can you tell me? You can talk about Jiva if it exists. Can you talk about the mirage waters? Oh, I collected the mirage waters and it was having high concentration of the platinum. Hare Rama. It appears but doesn't exist. It is here Shrotriya comes into play. See, friends, and these Mahatmas who accept this, that there is one soul per body, and therefore they have acquired lots and lots of the powers of the Prakriti. And with those powers, and his powers are dormant in every one of us, those who have focus on that, those powers are invoked. And those who bypass them, they don't care for it. Like you take for Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. Do you think he didn't have all the divine powers? Not interested. It is something like when you are going to, let us take Badrinath, you will be seeing all the beauty of Himalayas around you, but you are not interested in that. You will be there. Exactly the same way. Shrotriya is the one who has this clear understanding that not only body identification has to be dropped, but also the notion that I am a soul has also to be dropped. Therefore, Karma Kanda, Dharma Shastra, Jainism, Buddhism, Christianity, everywhere they have got the same thing. One soul per body. And it becomes so easy for any dumb person to accept. But when we are not understood the moral of the story, moral of the story, I'll say and then conclude. We are all expert in blaming others for our miseries. First, that has to be stopped. Then, be responsible for everything that happens in your life. How? But why I am getting all the miseries from the people around? Because you have tortured them in the last life. So they are taking revenge with interest. But then what can I do? Now behave properly with them so that next life they will not torture you. Okay. Now see the net result. You stop blaming others and your interaction with the world has changed. What will happen? You will learn the art of remaining at peace with yourself. Such a person who is able to remain at peace with himself or herself alone can think of something higher. But when I am disturbed because of you, what will I think about? Only you. Friends, therefore, we have to recognize this principle. Whatever we have given importance to, that becomes the soul of our miseries. Have we given importance to the blue color of the sky? But why the color? I don't like blue color. I like pink. We don't give. We accept as it is. And one day, by God's grace, he come to know that the most important, valuable thing in the world is you are at peace with yourself. Then the meaning of these two phrases, Shrotriyasya, Akamahatasya, then this will be clicking. Otherwise, our whole life goes only in struggle, struggle. So, to conclude, only two steps on the spiritual path. Number one, freedom from body identification. Number two, freedom from the notion that we are a soul in the body. whatever remains or doesn't remain, that you are. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.